next speaker, Sammy Akthar, is a returning speaker to the Ecom India Summit. He will talk about how to get first page placements for your ads. Sammy has been in the Amazon space from 2017 when he started selling on Amazon. After a few years, he created Regro Media, a full-service Amazon agency helping Amazon brands scale. Give it up for Sammy.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Now, I know there is time for Christmas, so why I'm doing all this? So I have a couple of friends who are joining this summit who becomes really, really busy during Christmas. So I thought to share some gifts with them right now since they are here right now. So let's see what I have. So I have a couple of gifts, okay? So first of all, let me open the big one. Before that, I have a letter attached to it that says what this gift is. Let's see, let's open it up. So this says 1 month free retargeting. Let me repeat it out. This says 1 month free retargeting. So the gift that is inside this box, by using this gift, you will be able to retarget your old customers and the customers that are jumping off your listing without purchasing. How many of you want to see this gift? So this is our bow and arrow. By using this gift, you will be able to retarget all your customers like this who are jumping off your listing, and they will buy and come back again. So I'll obviously distribute these gifts after the end of my presentation. But one request I have, please don't use this on me. You can definitely use it on Meghla or my friend Sean. Where is Sean? I think he's taking lunch again. Well, I have another gift. Again, here I have a letter attached to it as well. Let me read that out too. This is very special. This is always on first page placement. This is always on first page placement. By using the gift that is inside, all of your sellers will have your listing always on the first page, no matter who is a competitor or no matter how much you are bidding. How many of you want to see the gift that is inside? That's great. Let me show it to you. So this is always on shakalaka boom boom switch. If you click this green button, it will be always on the first page, no matter how we're bidding, no matter who is a competitor. Now, obviously, I have only 2 gifts, and we have a lot of people here. And let me keep that aside because I will be giving it after the presentation. So I can see there are a lot of faces which are disappointed because I have only 2 gifts and so many audience are there, right? So let me tell you, after the end of my presentation, you would know exactly how you can get to the first page placement always for your ads. And also I'm going to share some tips that you can use to get some free retargeting. So, my name is Sammy Akthar. Oh, obviously you cannot relate the face. And there is a saying, when you become old, the handsomeness also reduces. It is not obviously so much better. Let me open it out, okay? And what I said, obviously it is completely different for Kevin's case. Where is Kevin? So my name is Sammy Akthar. I'm the founder of Regro Media. We are a 35+ member team managing over 60+ brands globally, helping them with their Amazon ads. Here you can see my co-founder, Mr. Sandeep. Mr. Sandeep, are you here? So he's not here. Holding the award. So we have been awarded by Amazon for being the best performing agency for Q1 and Q2 consecutively. Q3 results are yet to be published. Now, coming back to my promises. How to always get the first page placement for your ads. Now, before that, let me tell you something. How many of you have heard about the oyster and the crab story? You know, it is believed that oysters open their shell fully when it is a full moon. And crabs, they love to eat oysters' flesh. And when it is a full moon, oysters open their shell. And trust me, these oysters are very smart. Whenever they see any slight movement nearer to them, they completely shut their shell down. And no one can touch them. So what happens, whenever it is a full moon, oysters open their shell. And the smart crabs, they throw a pebble and a stone inside so that the oyster cannot close their shell fully. And they go and eat the flesh. Now for maximum of you sellers who are just starting out, they might think this crab is using a shortcut to get to their goal. Whereas for all the experienced sellers who are out there, you know, this crab have learned this trick by years of experience, hard work and failure. True or not? So the strategies that I'm going to share today is not going to be a shortcut. The strategies, the tips that I'm going to share today will be actionable, that you can write it down today on your notepad and implement today on your business. So when we talk about ads placements on the first page, there are a few factors that affects your ads placement. Conversion rate or CVR. Then we call CTR, click-through rate, and geo ranking, which is a very important topic which we are going to deep dive into later on as well and go more detail into. Some other factors which we cannot directly control are sales history, relevancy of the customer, and the customer score. Now here is a screenshot of search query performance dashboard. Now all of you sellers who have access to brand registry, they might have also access to search query performance dashboard, which is a real data Amazon shares with the sellers. Because we have to know, before we go in deep about the next study and the next slides, we have to know how to get your each A science CTR. Now we say that if a CTR is more than 0.4%, that is a good CTR. Obviously it depends on the product's maturity and all. So here you can see, if you go to your A sign level, you will see each A science CTR. And one thing you have to remember, the data that you are seeing in this SQP is your organic data plus sponsored products, not counting sponsored brands and sponsored display. Now the direct factors that are affecting CTR, now one thing is missing here, that is the main image. Number of reviews, delivery time, how quick the product can deliver to the customer. Keyword relevancy, which we are going to talk in detail about. Price, if you have a coupon or deals running on your product or not. Then visible title. Now why I call it a visible title? Because you will see one thing, whenever you search a keyword in a mobile, you will see the whole title is not being shown. When it is a mobile, only you will see 79 to 80 characters of the title, and the remaining part of the title is not visible. When it comes to a desktop, only 118 to 120 characters are being shown, the rest character of the title is not shown. So you have to make sure all the USP of your product are in the range of those title characters. Here, just I'll go through it. First, when it comes to CTR, main image, visible title, number of reviews and rating, whether you have a coupon or deal on it or not. Now we can also go for those green ones, which we call the coupons that you can use as well. Then we have the price and delivery time. Because maximum orders are shifting to prepaid. Almost 99% orders are prepaid now. Some indirect factors which sellers don't like to talk about, but that affects almost 50% of the time. That is change in competitor's price, change in competitor's main image, change in competitor's ranking. If there is a shift in ranking for a keyword, then there will also affect your CTR as well. Positioning and price between competitors. If you're selling a product for $50 and you are placing your ad in between products that are selling for $9, trust me, your CTR is going to be very low. And we all know lower CTR means higher CPC. That means your cost per click will be high, your ACoS will be damn high. Now, going on to the actionable steps. Let's improve your CTR first. Here on the left hand side, you will see a main image of a product. And in this main image, you will see they have their main keyword or some related keyword on the cap, either printed or infographed on the cap. Whereas on the right hand side, you will see the real image when the customer gets the delivery of the product. There is no such printing on the product. So they're filling up the dead real estate to increase the CTR. Let's move to the next example. You will see there are two examples here. One is highlighted in purple. Another one is highlighted in orange. And you will notice one thing, the highlighted product that is in orange is taking a little bit higher real estate in the search page than the top one. And that is happening because the top one is using a dimension of 1:1. That means they might be using 1000 into 1000 or 2000 into 2000 dimension, whereas the bottom one, the height is a little bit longer. So using taller image will increase your visibility for mobiles. Now going on to the relevancy, because relevancy of a keyword is probably the most important thing when we talk about CTR. Now, I remember a story that is quite related to relevancy. Okay, I wanted to share with you. So yesterday morning I had a flight almost at morning, early morning, and it was complete dark outside. The flight was delayed by 1 hour because of bad weather in Kolkata. Now, right now it is raining in Kolkata. It is really bad. So I was sitting in this waiting chair, and the window was right in front of me, and the runway, I can see the runway. I was sitting, I was listening to this audiobook. The audiobook shared a very interesting story that will be completely relatable to this. The audiobook shared a story of a short height kid who went to a telephone booth. The telephone booth was attached to a medical shop. He went there to dial a call, and those dialers, those telephone are not like in the new ones. This is the old school story. So those telephone has those dialer which we have to rotate to dial each call. So he tried to reach and grab the handle of the telephone, and he quickly realized that there is an issue because he was too short to grab the handle. So he saw there was a box. So he took the box and stood up on the box, tried to reach the handle of the telephone. And he grabbed the handle, and when all this was happening, the shop owner of the medical shop was watching keenly what is happening. And he decided to listen to the whole conversation. Obviously, we shouldn't. Then the boy rings a number, and on the other side of the telephone, there's a lady. The boy tells, "Hello, ma'am. I saw you have a really good garden. Do you need someone to cut the grass of your lawn?" The lady on the other side replies, "No, I already have someone that is doing the job for me." Then the boy, without giving up, again tells, "Ma'am, I can even do at the half of the price that the current person is charging." The woman replies, "Listen, son, I already have someone. I don't think I need another one." The boy, without giving up, again replies the third time. And he tells, "Ma'am, I can even sweep and mop your porch, and you will have the best garden in the neighborhood." The woman, on the other hand, replies, "Listen, son, I really don't need another person. I'm really satisfied by the current person, and he's doing a really good job." You know, what I have seen over my 7 years of experience with Amazon ads, maximum new beginners, they don't look at the reports. They don't look at the performance. They don't evaluate their own performance. So sometimes you may think a keyword is relevant, but data will say something else. So you have to always decide through data. You have to also always decide through reports. Look at the relevancy of the keywords you are targeting. Here you can see a screenshot. This is a report that is available. This report is available for sponsored products and sponsored brands, not available for sponsored display because we can't target keywords there. Here you can see on the screenshot there are some metrics, that is customer search term, search term impression rank, search term impression share, clicks, CTR, conversion rate, ACoS, all sorts of data and spend as well. So in this, let me explain what these are. So all the search terms that you can see, these are the search terms that you are targeting in your ads. And let me explain what is search term impression rank. So for a search term, if there are 10 competitors running ad, that means they are totally taking 100% of the impression share. And if you are getting 51% of the impression share, that means you will be ranked 1 in terms of your search term impression rank. So the lower the search term impression rank, the better it is for you. Now, what you have to do, probably you should write this down. If you see in this report, you have a less impression share percent, whereas you have a very high impression rank, you have a very high click, low conversion rate, high ACoS. Let me repeat it again for you. If you see there's a very less impression share percent, high impression rank, high clicks, low conversion rate and very high ACoS, that is the indicator the search term is irrelevant and you have to further look into the search term. Now let's talk about the more advanced part here, about geo-ranking, which a lot of people are talking right now because the algorithm shift is happening a lot. And I'm sure now you guys also are figuring this out. So let me just put a light into this as well. So product ranking and ads placement are different for different zip codes. For every zip code you see, you might see different results, both for ads, both for your organic results as well. Here you can see I have 2 screenshots. I have searched the exact keyword beeswax wraps. The only difference is I have changed the zip code or the pin code. And you will notice one thing, the ads that are being shown are different as well as the organic results are also different. Now how you go by and implement anything on this? So we did a study. What you need to do for this is you have to first identify what are your top 10 competitors are that you target on the first page of your ranking. Here we have taken the first 10 competitors, and also we have taken out the top 10 zip codes. Now, how we got to the top 10 zip codes, I'll show you later on in this slide. You will see we have this phrase or search terms that we want to rank for in the first phase of ranking. These are based on relevancy. These are highly relevant keywords that we want to rank for. And we have this position rank. We have all these rows you can see colored in different colors. These are all position rank for ASIN 1. The data you can see, these are for ASIN 1 out of the 10 ASINs that we are talking about. And here we have the position rank, or where your listings show up right now whenever someone uses that zip code and search that keyword. And we have all those position rank for all those keywords for that ASIN 1 for different zip codes. We select the top 10 zip codes based on population density, or if you're already having a niche, you're already selling products in the same niche, you can go to your fulfillment reports and check out that data. And you can select the top 10 zip codes. Now, next step would be to find weak zip codes. So, why we need to find weak zip codes? What is weak zip code? Weak zip code, if in a zip code the ASIN is ranking for least number of keywords in the first page. So, that we call a weak zip code. If you see in the sheet, you will see the highlighted green one has only 12 relevant keywords. The pin code or the zip code is 20390. In this zip code, out of the 10 zip codes for ASIN 1, we are ranking, or this ASIN is ranking for only 12 relevant keywords, that is 38%. And anything that is below 60 or 60%, we highlighted them in green. And that would be our weak zip codes. And for this case, the weakest one is this one, 20390. So we have to get this data for all the 10 ASINs. We figure out what are the weakest zip codes for all the 10 ASINs of our competitor. Then you will see after you find that, you will find there will be some common zip codes, and you will come up with a list of 3 to 4 zip codes. And these are the zip codes that we will be sending regional traffic. Regional traffic seems really boring and something that we can't do. We can't target through sponsored products, we can't target through sponsored brands, neither display. The only two options that we can use, there's Amazon DSP, demand side platform, or Google Ads. These are the only two options that we can use for regional traffic, to send regional traffic. Now, when you talk about Amazon DSP, obviously, people turn their head down because it seemed like it requires a lot of budget, but you can probably reach out to an agency and start out with a budget of $500 as well. So here what we did, we used Amazon DSP and Google Ads to send traffic to Amazon listing or store subpage. Then what we did, whenever Amazon saw that some sales are happening in a specific region, what generally Amazon do is they send some shipment to the local warehouse or local FBA so that the customer can get the products quicker. Having higher stock than normal average run rate increases your ads visibility and chances of increased sales. Increased traffic in the local region makes Amazon move stocks nearer to that customer. Now, for all those Indian brands here, it is really easy for India because we don't have to go for DSP, we don't have to go for, you can go for Google Ads. Just few steps you have to do. Go call your CA, check from which state you are receiving maximum orders. Get virtual place of business in those states and register for FBA. Send inventory to those new FBA, and as soon as you get higher regional visibility, your CPC in that region drops and your ACOS, average ACOS also drops. Let me repeat it out. As soon as you get some regional visibility, you get less CPC in that region. In that zip code, your ACOS will be really low, so your overall ACOS drops down. Now, we have to talk about conversion rate because when it comes to ads, this is one thing that we cannot leave. Now, when it comes to conversion rate, I think there is a really interesting story that I wanted to share with you. You know, this is a really good story. There was a farmer that was having 3 donkeys, and he was taking those 3 donkeys to the market to sell. And there was a river in between their way, so the farmers thought to take a dip and have a short bath. There was a problem though. The farmer had only 2 ropes and 3 donkeys. So what he can do is he can tie up only 2 donkeys and the third one may run away. So he waited for a few minutes. He saw there is a wise man standing He approached that man and tried to borrow a rope. He asked that man, listen man, this is a problem. I need to take a bath and I have only 2 ropes. I have 3 donkeys. I can tie up only 2 donkeys out of it and the third one may run away. Can you help me to borrow a third rope so that I can tie the third donkey? The wise man didn't have a rope, but he had a brilliant idea. He asked that farmer that, listen, take the 2 ropes and use that to tie the first 2 donkeys up in the tree. And make sure when you're tying the first 2 donkeys, the third donkey observes or sees what you are doing. So he does the same. And then the wise man also tells, then take the third donkey and just pretend as if you have a real rope and you are tying with the tree. So he just takes the third donkey and pretends to tie in the tree and then goes on, take a dip in the river. And he comes back after 10-15 minutes, he see all the 3 donkeys were exactly at the same spot. Now, he thanks the wise man and unties the 2 donkeys that he tied on the tree. And he pats on the back so that they start moving. After going for a few steps, he looks back and he sees that only the 2 donkeys are moving. The third one isn't moving. He tried to push, pull, but nothing seems to happen. Then he again goes to the wise man for help. That, listen, man, you suggested me something and this seems like a scam. It is not working. Then the wise man tells, have you untied the rope of the third donkey? Then this farmer is confused because he never had a third rope. He never tied. He just pretended to tie. And now the wise man tells, just go and pretend to untie. The farmer goes and pretends to untie, and as said, the third donkey now starts moving as well. You know what we have seen? Maximum new beginners, they think that we have a real switch like this. Shakalaka boom boom, always on switch. Which is a magical switch for ads, and ads are the magical switch. If you turn on those ads, sales will increase. But in general, all the experienced sellers out there, they know it clearly that ads are just a medium to bring traffic to your listing. We can only control the relevancy of the traffic that we bring. When it comes to conversion or sale, it will again come to your PDP, product detail page, how well your listing is. So when it comes to conversion rate, how to know what is your listing's conversion rate? You can probably go to advertised product report, or you can also go to the real data, that is SQP, search query performance dashboard. Go to your ASIN level data and you can check what is the listing's conversion rate. There are only few things that affects your listing's conversion rate. Only a couple of things. First is the listing images, how well they are designed. I'm also going to show you some examples. Brand story, A+ content or premium A+ content, Q&A section. Now when we talk about Q&A section, the keywords, the questions that you put not only gets indexed in Amazon's algorithm, but also it gets indexed in Google's algorithm. There's a website called answerthepublic.com, and in that website, if you go, type in your keyword, it will shoot you all the relevant questions related to your product that are being searched most right now. You can put those questions in your listing and then you can have it answered or put videos as an answer. We have first page reviews, which is also really important. These are some examples of images that we have done for one of our friends, Mr. Sharan, which owns a really good brand, Instakappa. They're doing really good in India as well. These are done by us. Here you can see some other examples. Some examples of A+ content. On the left-hand side, you see the A+ content that we have done for Rage Coffee. Virat Kohli is one of their investors. This is the example of brand story. Brand story have multiple options where you can show products, and those products will be clickable as well. Here's an example of premium A+ content. Now, maximum sellers, whether you are Indian or US, you have access to premium A+ content. You just need to unlock it. So we have seen premium A+ content converts almost 30 to 40% higher than normal A+ content. Previously, Amazon used to charge $100,000 to $250,000 for giving access to brands for premium A+ content. Now it is free. So you should probably take advantage of it. So that was it for my presentation. You can check us out. We have a cool podcast, Risk Sellers Podcast. We have everyone there. Even we have Sean, we have Meghla, everyone there in the podcast. Listen to our podcast. And you can find us. We have a booth. If you have questions, reach out to us. We'll love to answer it. Also, I know only 2 gifts so we have. We have done a recent presentation, a list of presentations that we have done on reports that Amazon provides on ads. How to use it on your ASIN, how to analyze it. Just come to our booth, we'll give free access to it. You can find us in our booth. Now it's time to share some gifts. So, yeah. So anyone wants the free retargeting for a month? So this one is a free retargeting for a month. Mr. Gohar. There's an Amazon smiley as well. Who was a shakalaka boom boom always on switch? Anyone wants it? Yeah. You can come to the front. I can probably hand it over to you.
It's so nice that we got Christmas early today, and
Yeah,
Santa
so Mr.
visited
Ravi,
Ecom
this is a
India
gift.
Summit. I mean, how lucky are we?
Yeah, definitely. Let me take my jhola out. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sammy.
Thank
Give
you
him
so
a round
much.
of applause.
Okay. You want the answer from Santa by wearing the beard? Okay. So the website is answerthepublic.com. One best thing about that website is just put the keyword of your product. It will shoot all the questions from higher search volume to lower search volume. And you can have those questions asked by someone from your team or someone, because there is no such restriction right now when it comes to Q&A section. And answer it yourself. One thing you have to remember, when you are answering, make sure you have a lot of keywords into it, because the answers, the questions, the reviews that are into your listing, that adds up to your SEO of your listing.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No. Okay, well, Sammy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And your presentation at the last summit was really good, but this time you just overdid that. Thank you so much.